What is up, guys? It's your man Evil Andre here, coming at you again with another Black Ops 7 video. And in today's video, I just want to talk to you guys about this epidemic throughout the BO7 community that I am noticing a lot. And that is rage quitting. Rage quitting, which I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this is, but in case you don't, as I get the cheesiest 4-piece ever, killing everybody before they could even spawn in. I don't understand how, but I'm assuming they must have been on like some slower consoles or something. But let's talk about this rage quitting epidemic. Now, don't get me wrong. People used to rage quit in all Call of Duties. Rage quitting has always been a thing. If you don't like a lobby that you're in, you have the ability to quit. And that's fine, you know what I'm saying? It happens a lot. Where sometimes you load up in something and you just might not like the lobby that you're in. You might not like the way that it's playing. You might not like how fast you getting melted. Maybe the connection is a little wonky, you know what I'm saying? So you back out. That's perfectly fine. What I have a problem with is the fact that people back out of lobbies so much that it's this endless cycle of throwing people into games in progress, which means there's an endless cycle of people quitting. Because who wants to join a lobby and as soon as you join, somebody already got streaks in there, somebody already has a war machine, somebody already has a dog, somebody already has HKDs, a harp, an EMP. Nobody wants to join into that. But at the same time, if you look at it from the other perspective, you know, when you play this game, if you're an avid player of Black Ops 7, if you're an avid player of any Call of Duty as a recent, then you'll know that like good lobbies are few, far, and in between. Ever since they made open matchmaking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I play the open matchmaking. Recently, I've been testing some out, seeing what it was like playing on console only, just to see how that is. And my experience with that is it feels damn near just like old Call of Duty for real. But only if you lobby shop. I think people have gotten trained because of the fucking skill-based matchmaking era that has made people think that no matter what, like, you're just gonna always get into good lobbies if you and all people think that levels mean something. And I'm gonna say that now. One thing I want to give anybody a heads up on is level means nothing. I like BO7, but this was the year I decided not to do all that prestiging that I did in Black Ops 6. I didn't care about hitting master prestige in this game. And I think a lot of times, because I'm only prestige 1 level 55, people see me in a lobby and think that I'm like a noob or something like that. And then I end up frying them and people end up leaving the lobby. See, what always happens is people load into these lobbies thinking that, oh my God, I'm playing against a bunch of master prestiges. I'm going to have to, you know what I'm saying, leave the game. But in reality, what ends up happening is those prestige masters that you see, because there's cross progression, they're not prestige masters that are only for multiplayer. See, I'm gonna be honest, I low-key liked it better in Call of Duty when your level represented what you played the most and what mode you played the most. Nowadays, we have master prestiges going 9 and 29 and fucking 10 and 40 because they're not multiplayer master prestiges, they're zombies master prestiges. And this is how you can usually tell if you got trash or good master prestiges on your team. If you're an above average player, you're never going to usually get matched up with another good player. The game is going to try its best to match you up against, you know, people who play similar to you. You're going to get matched up against a lot of people who, you know what I'm saying, play like you, are as sweaty as you, use the most meta weapons, people who use M15 ranked play setups, which, on a side note, what I never understand, right? I be seeing people who be playing pubs like it's ranked play. And the only thing that always confuses me is if people want to play pubs like it's ranked play, why would you go to the open matchmaking mosh pit? Well, not mosh pit, open matchmaking playlist. Why would you not just go play the skill-based matchmaking playlist? Because then that would feel like ranked. But people are backwards, I guess. I guess people feel like that is easier to get a game in this. But I feel like if you want to play the game like you're playing ranked play, like you're getting warmed up for chows or warmed up for scrimmages, go to the ranked play mosh pit. Usually everybody's gonna be just using meta shit up in there anyway. But I guess nowadays, because the player base has declined a little bit on this game damn near probably feels the same as what the skill-based matchmaking mosh pit play is like, just due to the fact that it's not as many people, you know what I'm saying, playing this game on a day-to-day basis. But I digress. Let's talk about this rage quitting thing. Now, if you're a person who sucks, you can't get any streaks going, or you never gotten a long streak, you've never dropped a nuke before, you've never actually been able to go on a kill streak longer than maybe a 10 or something like that, and you finally get that one lucky lobby. You get that one lucky lobby where everything looks like things might work out for you. You melting people with ease. You know what I'm saying? Like, you beaming everybody. The game is going in your favor. Spawns are in your favor. Teammates aren't overly playing the objectives. But at the same time, teams also aren't like constantly pushing spawns back and forth. You got a steady flow of the map. And then everybody just quits. That can be very annoying. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it has become probably one of my like worst issues with this game. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite, as I said before, and complain about rage quitting too much, because obviously sometimes you get through into bullshit and you just gotta quit. But my thing is, I would respect the rage quitting more if it was coming earlier in the match than, say, waiting until the moment somebody gets streaks to all of a sudden want to start rage quitting. I don't understand that, because they literally made it to where you can swap your streaks in the game as a streak, swap your perks in the game. And if you're scared of getting killed because somebody got a swarm or HKDs or a dog against you, you can easily just put on cold blooded. Most of my lobbies are filled with cold blooded users. And I mean, it's funny because it's like the one Treyarch game where I've seen this happen. I've never seen a game where so many people are interested in using perks to stop themselves from showing up on a minimap. But I guess that's what happens when you can change your streaks mid-game. And, well, I keep saying streaks, change your perks mid-game. Imagine if Call of Duty put that in the game where you could change your streaks. Bro, that shit would be epic. But they'll probably never do that. I feel like that's one of the main issues, though. People can't actively play the game because everybody's always quitting, so they don't have a true chance to enjoy the game. When people say that they feel this game sucked and people feel that they don't like this game, I feel like it always comes down to the fact that their experience is severely different from others, because when they get to playing and they get to having a good time, the entire lobby leaves. And it's like, what happens when the entire lobby leaves? Well, if you're an above average player, if you're a really good player, the moment that you get a bot lobby and they take everybody out the lobby who sucks, they connect people who are sweats usually to the lobby. So let's say you're going on a nuke streak. Let's say you're on like a 25 or even a 20, and all of a sudden the whole lobby leaves. What's going to usually happen? Everybody is gonna quit and they're gonna connect the sweatiest people possible. But here's the thing with that, right? If you just had a good rhythm and they connect some sweaty people to the game, it might not be that big of a deal. But because all sweats play the same and nobody wants to load into some bullshit, everybody is gonna quit. So it's gonna be a non-stop quitting rotation of players going in and out your lobby, which leads to match flow not being the same. And it ends up fucking with your flow state. Everybody knows that in order to go on high streaks, you gotta be in that good flow state where everything is just coming to you naturally. You don't have to actually sweat it out. You can just use whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's the way the game's supposed to be. But with the fact that everybody quits and it just takes forever for them to actually reconnect people to the game, you end up in situations where it just feels like, I mean, man, like, what am I playing for? I finally get a good streak going and everybody's quit the match. Nobody wants to play that shit. Nobody wants to play against that shit. So it's just non-stop everybody quitting. I think personally what it is that people usually won't quit if it's streaks being called against them unless they're just hot ass. I think what it is that people will usually quit depending on the severity of the streak you call against them. For example, if you call a Dreadnought or you call a VTOL against somebody, yeah, the lobby's going to clear up. Nobody want to deal with that. You call HKDs a dog, you know what I'm saying, an EMP or anything around that, even a war machine, I think people will usually stay until they're getting spawn trapped. Getting spawn trapped is what usually makes people leave. And like I said, I have no problem rage quitting myself. If I get into a lobby and I feel like I'm getting melted too quick and I have nowhere to react, hell yeah, I'm out that lobby. If I get into a lobby and within the first 2 minutes I done been sniped 30 times, absolutely, get me the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I understand like the reason is behind rage quitting. I just don't understand the reason is behind rage quitting when, you know, you were the reason why streaks got called against your team. And a lot of times these matches, you know, go to where it's like you'll have a really good lobby. Let's say you're playing a Nuketown Mosh Split, you'll have a really good lobby, but the only issue is the fact that your teammates are all of a sudden deciding that they don't want to move out their spawn. Everybody's just standing still. Nobody's actually trying to run, get to middle map, and get map control. Lack of map control is what usually happens as I get the nuke right here. This LMG is amazing, by the way. Probably one of my favorite LMGs in the game. But if you guys also feel like that rage quitting is something that ruins the pub match experience for a lot of people, drop it down below. Let me know how often you deal with people rage quitting. And with all that being said, guys, my name is Evil Andre. Smacking lobbies is my hobby. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on notifications if you're new. And with all that being said, guys, I will see every single one of you in the next video. Peace out.